Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is Ehsan, and in today's video we're going to take a look at another IELTS reading test from this book, Cambridge 15, the academic ones. Test 1, reading passage 2, and in this particular video we'll cover multiple choice questions along with the whole strategy for the full type of questions in this test. It is better for you to have a pencil and take notes and turn off any distractors such as your cell phone to have your full concentration. I'm going to give you some tips and strategies to solve this kind of problems. And it is better for you to have a smile on your face. But before we get started, if you're new here, please give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell, so whenever I upload a new video, you'll be aware of it. Let's jump into it. I've already covered some questions from this passage, driverless cars. Okay. In part 1, I covered questions 14 till 18, which are matching information type questions. Then in part 2, I cover question 19 till 22, which is a summary completion question types. Now I'm going to cover these questions. And in order to cover these questions, you had to know what was going on in the passage, because other than that it is difficult to find the answers. So before we get started for this type of questions, what is the strategies to answer all of the questions? I mean, what is the order of answering these different type of questions? These are the questions: matching information, summary completion, and multiple choice question. Since summary completion is really easy ones to find and answer them, it is a great idea to pick them as the first one. Okay, first one to start. Now, what is going to be the second one? What is the second one? Second could be matching information or multiple choice. Okay, but if you choose multiple choice, because multiple choice are the most difficult ones and you have no idea about the passage, again this is good to go for the matching information, the second one. It is better for you to choose matching information for the second one, because when you go through the whole passage and find out what is going on in the passage, you can already find and locate it where it could be finding multiple choice questions. But before going to do that, it is better for you to choose the keywords for this type of question to know what is going on. So this is going to be your third option, your third and last. But before that, it is a good idea to choose the keywords of this type of questions. Now, because we are in this process now, because we already done these two type of questions, so we know what is going on. I'm just gonna pick some information from those. Just considering this one, questions 14 till 18. So what are the paragraphs that we choose? C, B, C, D, E, and G. Okay, here we go. Sorry. B, C, D, E, and G. These are all the paragraphs that we include for our matching information. So what is the keyword for this? Let me just consider this for this type of questions, because you have two different sets. These are the paragraphs for that matching information. In these questions 23 and 24, you just have to, what is the strategy? What's the strategy? First, just read the question, not answers. This is really important because if you read answers, it's going to make you confused. Okay? Highlight the keyword as always in the question. So, which two benefits of automated vehicles does the writer mention? Which two benefits? Benefits is the real thing. Two benefits that the writer mentioned. Okay? Now, find one part of the passage for the answer. There is one part of the passage that you can locate the answer. Okay? It is not always, but usually. I said usually. Usually, one part of the passage relating to this information. So it is not spread all over the passage. Maybe they did it for passage 3 because this is the difficult ones. But normally it's in one, for example, it's in one paragraph. Okay? So you can find it in one paragraph relating to the passage. Now, how can I use the before information? Before information, it is these paragraphs that are already covered for matching information. So, about anything about benefits, if you remember the previous videos, one paragraph is about several advantages of driverless cars, vehicles. So, advantages is the benefits. You see? And this is relating to paragraph B. This is how I used my previous information. So again, use your previous information if it is possible. Okay? If it is possible. For example, in here, I use that several advantages means benefits. Again, paraphrasing. So I'm going to choose, according to this information, I'm going to choose paragraph B to locate my answer. Okay? Here we go. Now we're moving forward for this paragraph. This is how we can choose this paragraph. Okay? I know it takes a lot of time, but I just want to explain it to you how you can deal with it. As usual, I told you I'm going to give you some tips and strategies. I'm not looking for answering right away. Okay? So, which two benefits? There are many reasons why technology is advancing so fast. One frequently cited motive is safety. Indeed, research at the UK's Transport Research Laboratory has demonstrated that more than 90% of road collisions involve human error as a contributory factor, and it is the primary cause in the vast majority. Automation may help to reduce the incidence of this. Nothing mentioned in here. Another aim is to free the time people spend driving for other purposes. Okay. Free the time people spend driving for other purposes. If the vehicle can do some or all of the driving, it may be possible to be productive, to socialize, or simply to relax, while automation systems have responsibility for safe control of the vehicle. If the vehicle can do the driving, those who are challenged by existing mobility models such as older or disabled travelers may be able to enjoy significantly greater travel autonomy. So it's mentioning different advantages or benefits. For example, here people with some sort of challenging with mobility moves, this kind of things. Okay, it is completely obvious. And if the vehicle can do some, let me just now go through the question, to answers, because maybe they paraphrase it somehow. Car travelers could enjoy considerable cost savings. Nothing about the cost savings. You just eliminate this. Not this one. It would be easier to find parking spaces in the urban. No, nothing about parking spaces. Travelers could spend journeys doing something other than driving. You see, this is exactly what is mentioned in here. Aim is to free time people spend driving for other purposes other than driving. Here it's mentioning it here. People who find driving physically difficult could travel independently, and this is the one that I highlighted in green. Physically difficult. Here it says those who are challenged by existing mobility models such as older or disabled travelers may be able to enjoy significantly greater travel autonomy. So C and D are the options for 23 and 24 in either order, C and D. The order, it doesn't matter really in your answer sheet. You can write in front of, for example, 23D and in front of 24C or vice versa. Okay, so C and D are the options for this question type. Now moving on to the next question, next multiple choice questions. Questions 25 and 26. Here it says that which two challenges to automated vehicle development does the writer mention? Now talking about challenges, another interesting thing about this one is that I already use my previous information. If you find something relating to this in this multiple choice question, multiple matching information like the previous one, you could choose it. Other than that, there may be some paragraphs left. Okay, of all the paragraphs, we never see A and F. So it is possible to find the challenges in these two paragraphs. A is just the beginning. The automotive sector is very used to adapting to automation in manufacturing, the implementation of roboting, blah, blah, blah. But how about F? F, there are a number of hurdles to overcome in delivering automated vehicles to our roads. Ta-da! This is where you can find the challenges to automated vehicle. Okay, now this is the part of the passage that you could find the two answers for this question type. These include the technical difficulties in ensuring that the vehicle works reliably in the infinite range of traffic, weather and road situations it might encounter, the regularity challenges in understanding how liability and enforcement might change when drivers are no longer essential for vehicle operation, and the societal changes that may be required for communities to trust and accept automated vehicles as being a valuable part of the mobility landscape. So this is one of them, and the other is just include technical difficulties in ensuring that the vehicle works reliably in the infinite range of traffic, weather and road situation it might encounter. Okay, this is another one. Here it says that making sure the general public has confidence in automated vehicles. Yes, I think this is a match with this information. The societal changes that may be required for communities to trust and accept. This is about the general public. So this one here, this one matches with this information. So A is one of the answers. Managing the pace of transition from conventional to automated, no. Deciding how to compensate professional drivers who become redundant, no, nothing about that. Setting up the infrastructure to make roads suitable for automated vehicles, no. Getting automated vehicles to adapt to various different driving conditions, as it mentioned in here. Technical difficulties in ensuring that the vehicle works reliably in the infinite range of traffic, weather and road situations. So A and E is the right answers for this question type, but you had to find the part of the passage that relate to this. questions, because other than that it is so much difficult to answer them. So just find the paragraph match with this information. For 23 and 24 it was paragraph B, and for 25 and 26 it was paragraph F. Okay, and here there are the answers. If you have any question relating to these problems, please let me know in the comment section. I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.